scotch-free. And, you know, even though phase 3 is a little bit different, it is single elim, he does not have that hanging over him. He's on the same ground as everyone else.
Yeah, air quotes, scot-free, right?
Scot-free.
Because you're locked in a cage, first to 5, long set style against these kinds of players. And some of these players come from backgrounds where that's not a special event. That's a Tuesday night after work, you know? But
first to 5, that's it.
But yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. But on the other hand, too, you know, when I was first looking at it, I was like, oh yeah, this definitely favors those kinds of players, right? But looking at how some of these younger players in this bracket are and how they practice the game too, I don't know if that's necessarily an outright advantage like that. These guys are used to that too.
Yeah. I mean, the game preps you for it. I mean, especially if you play this game online, it's 2 out of 3 city. So this should be familiar ground.
The videos that have come out from some of these players, especially some of the Pakistani players, running first to 50s, running first to 30s, 40s, whatever, everything in between. I don't know if it's an outright advantage for some of the players like I maybe originally thought.
And you remember, you got to call out for that scene in particular in Pakistan. They are a thriving offline scene. For them, it's all about playing the matches, running the sets, going out to eat afterwards, discussing the matchup, and learning from their experience.
A family that plays together. Qualifies for top 8 together. Here we go. Tanvir versus Farzeen.
Claudio has quite a bunch of tools here compared to Tekken 7. He has a lot of stuff going for him, especially in this style of game.
Yes,
style of Tekken game.
Systematically, the game just, I mean, it's such a smooth transition, the way the heat system operates, especially in conjunction with the Starburst tools.
Oh yeah, not only that, him going into heat gives him opportunity for Starburst, it really complements his playstyle.
Also on impact, Farzeen.
Woo! Nice sidestep hop kick, able to get him moving. Not just that, he should be able to push towards the wall here.
Loaded that arm and look where it puts you. Sidestep 4, back 3-3, gonna let it rock.
Yeah, good presence of mind there to stop the combo a little bit earlier. He dropped a little too low here. Now Farzeen with the aggression by the wall. Let's see what he does here. Decides to put the brakes on. Maybe he was worried about something.
Backed off.
Yeah, not messing with that. Of course, Claudio has a ton of great buttons here, but none greater than that counter hit right there. And Victor looking to close it out here. He has time and he has his combo.
Waited, it felt like 7 seconds almost, just waiting for that one poke where he get a sense for Tanvir's timing. Counter hit 1+2. Give me the round.
Oh, the running attacks, this time going for the EI low. Again, fishing for that counter hit.
Tanvir changes timing a little bit.
Good punish. That's always a great hallmark of a Claudio player. Their ability to use his lows to the best of his ability, really open up his opponents. Okay. Has him at the wall again. Farzeen, familiar territory here. Is he going to back up? He backs up once again.
Sidestep 4, low touch. Counter hit.
Decides to keep him by the wall here. One more hit can do it.
Trying to test him with the back 3s. He goes mid. Tanvir.
Able to get that, even if Trade still had enough life to squeeze that out here. Tied up on rounds now between these two.
Down 4-3, gets the pickup after that. Counter hit launcher once again for Farzeen.
He has the wall positioning here. Let's see what kind of mix-up we're going to get. He is in heat. He has access to some of his scarier
Geyser. Just give me the chip damage. You're going to give me something. I'm going to take I'll take that gray helm. Into the low smash, this time on Farzeen's side.
Such a calculated way of, you know, just getting one up on your opponent there. That's a quick and easy round, almost by the book from there.
Finally, we see Tanvir with the sense of urgency. Trying to lead with that running 2.
Look at these pokes. Farzeen starting to pull away here. And again, he has that ever-present threat of the counter hit, the stuns, the combos. But again, in heat now, how are you going to deal with it? You can't. Oh my gosh, he got him here. That should be it.
And this is already a very different set than the one that they previously played.
Yeah, sometimes you got to sleep on it. Sometimes you got to think about how you got here.
I like how Farzeen's attitude shifted throughout that game as well. You saw at first, he was willing to kind of back off, give Tanvir that space, see if he'll give me a swing and an opening. Saw it, what, 7 seconds past that one round, and then he just missed. Perfect timing with that 1+2 counter hit. But then towards later rounds of the game, you saw him shifting to a more offensive approach. He sensed that Tanvir was kind of hesitant in some spaces. It's tough. This Claudio matchup too, you'll notice a lot of sidestep. Traditionally, that kind of gives Victor a little bit of trouble, right? You see a lot of sidestep towards the right, sidestep towards the left on Tanvir's side, but he slides it in with that sidestep 4 as well as a way to just kind of transition in offense.
Sure, and you know, one of the things that we see here is if he is sidestepping, he's utilizing things like sidestep hop kick, sidestep 2-1, sidestep 4, but that's not the range that is optimal for him. I feel like he needs to go in a little bit more. Farzin has been backing up. He needs to do things that go out more. That knee has already proven that he's been getting floated out of it. I want to see him go for the running twos.
Claudio with the wall damage and then right into a low smash again.
Good stuff there. Even with the difference in rounds here, the difference in games. Oh man, Farzin with the great reflexes there. Gets the wall standing attack, the stun, the follow, and the combo. Should be able to get a wall here, but will he break? No, he keeps him there.
Keeps there with the plus frames. Punish. And we have heat activation. Sidestep low that time. Farzin with the guard, willing to just activate instead of trying to take a punch. Geyser, give me your gray health. And I'm in control. Heat dash.
I love how he took his turn back. How are you gonna deal with it?
Mid, gotta be looking for low option there. Power crush, gonna truck on through. Farzin eating the lows and rage.
Yes, be careful. Oh, there's the running two. Been wanting to see that for quite a minute now. Oh, but he got clipped. Farzin able to steal that round away here. Man, he's doing such a great job of picking his pokes here. Hafiz Tanvir not really having an opportunity here. He's in the corner now. This is the trouble zone. Into the mix. Goes for the low this time. One more opportunity.
Oh, great, Mike Duck.
Now he switches positions here.
Sidestep low, low touch. Reverse, low smash. Oh, man.
He's still alive.
Gunshots.
Oh!
Then just run up jab touch. Farzin. Set point in the run back.
Yeah, qualification point. If he wins this round, he is qualified to phase 3.
Now Farzin on the offense with the side steps, with the guys that are taking the gray health, with the cut.
Oh man, those down back fours, he's making them work, but a hop kick to get out, get his turn back. Now pushing towards the other side of the stage here. He's gonna make some magic happen, but the last hit of 2-1-2 did not hit.
Out of range, now Farzin with heat active.
Decided not to heat dash from that. The follow-up here, let's see what he does. Hafiz Tanvir with the advantage by the wall, but the big counter hit, down back 4. This is gonna hurt, he still has his heat. He should be able to get the follow-up here, and that's gonna be it.
Farzin gonna be moving on in this bracket in double elimination. Punches his ticket for the top 8.
Guaranteeing himself at least $45,000. That is a big dub. But unfortunately for Hafiz Tanvir, he is now out of the tournament, tied with many other great players here, just falling short of that top 8 mark in phase 3.
And speaking of that, I believe Farzin's gonna have to go up against Ulsan when we get to
Ooh, that's gonna be sweet. I can't wait till we
long
see
set style.
how these are long set style. Let him know.
Man, and for a guy that we've been seeing play this game for like 10 years, man, you gotta love the attitude. Hey, you know, coming into this week too, I was thinking like big stage nerves. Some of these players are just over it. Couldn't have been more wrong, right? But I'm really impressed, especially with the young Pakistani players, especially with players like Yagami as well, who, you know, should be used to it. They were on the stage last year as well, right? Just how well they dealt with the pressure when we've seen veteran players this week not deal with it that well at all.
Yeah, he's been all smiles, and it's great to see that energy. Of course, he has bigger opportunities ahead of him, so we'll see Farzin later.
You know, that running two got it started here. Tanvir was trying to get something started, but Farzin just kind of laid on the sword pressure, kept a good mix too. We're gonna check in with our players on the stage, see what they have to say about the next set that's coming up. See you guys in a bit.
And here we are with a man from Group C, yet another qualification. Joining us is Farzin from Team Falcons. What an absolute banger we've seen. First of all, you start off, you dispatch Bilal, no problem. You go into the rematch against Hafiz. Now, it looked like today you were way more warmed up than the game yesterday. It took you a while. What happened there? What was the change? That's kind of part of it too, yeah.
Yesterday when I was playing, I didn't able to, make the attention to the game because I was feeling really dizzy and I was feeling a little bit sleepy. And also that Tanvir yesterday played really well. But when I lose to him, I went back to the hotel and I went back straight to my training room and I seek my mistakes and I make the plan that what should I have to do in if I have to face tomorrow Tanvir again. So yeah, the plan works, and Alhamdulillah, I won.
It definitely was that case. I mean, you looked ready and all warmed up through it. Now, I gotta say, you have a crowd that's also backing you up here. Of course, you're playing, you're part of Team Falcons. You got Twisted Minds on the other side, two organizations that are very much well known here. How was that for you to get to feel this crowd? Because you're not playing in Pakistan, right? It's a completely different state, but you got people still cheering for you.
This crowd right there is more like my family. They have been appreciating me all the time. And when I lose yesterday, they said, no worries, you can do tomorrow. So, yeah, see, the sport, I'm really glad that I am representing Team Falcons and all the support that I'm getting from them. Yeah, I really appreciate it.
There you go. And now finally, you get to play against Ulsan in the next bracket. Now that's a tough game regardless, but how do you psych yourself into it?
I'm pretty confident against Dragunov. My training partner Atif Bhatt plays really good Dragunov, and also Ulsan is like the world-class player right now. So it's going to be tough. It's always 50-50, but I will try my best, and I'll try to win the trophy for my team, for me and for my family and for my country.
Thank you very much again, Farzeen. Congratulations to our Team Falcons player, moving on from Group C, but we still have more to go. A final group, a final squad, and the fight continues. So we'll send it over. Chanel Sajawal, Plady, to our casters.
Boy, oh boy, excited to see how this is gonna play out. You guys can see how we got here. Of course, Farzeen, you gotta love that young man. His energy, he's gonna be going up against Ulsan, but man, what a run for him.
How can you not root for him, man? It's just like
I know, he just won me over.
His attitude's so positive and stuff. But man, again, Group D, we are not out of this yet, Mark. Chanel versus Sajawal. Sajawal, who had that killer LCQ run last weekend, but Chanel, who's been playing, I mean, this group, the way this group went down was so nuts. Chanel played so clean, had one of the most dominant runs going into Group 2, but CBM somehow just pulled out these dubs, just played safe, and just really just gave him all the respect in the world and just outplayed him.
Yeah, it just really shows the level from every single one of these players here. They can play out of their minds, and again, because they're shorter sets here, you gotta be so on point. But again, because this is the GSL format, because we have the lower bracket, it gives people another chance to shine through. And we are at 7 out of the 8 players into phase 3. And one of these 2 players, or maybe Chikarin, will be making it out. But we are going into the matchup. Chanel, Sajawal, this is going to be Alisa versus Yoshimitsu. By the way, everybody's been talking about Yoshimitsu lately on the internet. He's one of those problem characters, but you know what? He deserves it. It's been so long since he's become one of those.
Yeah, to Sajawal's credit, he's shown really, really good performances.
Oh, yeah.
But the players that are in his group right now, they've also shown that they know how to deal with this character.
Yeah, I mean, that's the reason why Sajawal is in the lower bracket. He ran into Chikarin, and Chikarin looked super comfortable in that Yoshi matchup. But what about Chanel? How will Chanel deal with this? Ooh, what a flash.
That's one way, and that's maybe a big tool that's going to come into play here. Chanel has done such a great job of saying, hey, you know what? You're going to give me heat? You're going to give me chainsaws? I'm going to cut you up. But the thing is, can Sajawal utilize Flash maybe to be able to get out of some of those spaces?
I mean, he's already done it twice in this opening round. Round number 2 right now. Let's see if he's able to continue with this lead here. Looking really, really strong against Chanel here. Chanel's gonna have to wake up a little bit.
Stepping low, just trading low blows. That's another option that Chanel's been going to very often, just get in the heat quickly.
You know what's crazy here? Thinking about what happened and how we got here today. Sajawal, the lone player from Pakistan here in Group D, but if he is able to make it out here, he's going to be one of the 4 Pakistani members that qualified into the top 8. There were 0 yesterday. He's going to out of the upper bracket.
If that happens, Mark, you can't say anything other than he earned it, man. He's going to have to make a hell of a run here.
Yeah, definitely has his work cut out for him here. Dealing with Chanel. Chanel has always been one of those players for many generations of Tekken now that has been a top with some of the top players. Oh my God, he is now turning up the heat, or turning up the chainsaws rather.
Chanel with just that very polite pressure from like range 1, 2. Nice little mix of lows, and of course the lows with the strings behind him as well. Kept his opponent guessing the entire time almost.
Yeah, I mean, that's just back-to-back wonderful whip punishes there from Chanel. He now puts himself into a great position. He has heat activated. Sajawa, of course, always has that magic panic button with the flash, but he has to be very careful at how he utilizes it. You have to know that Chanel, at any given instant, will be ready to attack.
Immediate hop kick here, gonna get a spin.
That does so much damage, man. The way that it pops him in the air and the follow-up does so much damage as well.
Just wants to smash. Just like that, Chanel on the low takes that first game.
Yeah. Chanel looking really, really strong here. I want to say that Sajawa had a good read early on. He was able to control the flow, and that's often something that Yoshimitsu does. He's able to prevent his opponent from really attacking because he has certain attacks. He has the spin evasive maneuvers. He has the flash. He has an ability to kind of do an instant backdash. But is that going to be enough? He has so many transitions to be able to maneuver away from his opponents, but Chanel has been patient enough to stay in his face.
And the other thing too there, Mark, is Chanel hasn't really given him the opportunities for him to be able to use that in a strong way.
Oh,
He's gotten
yeah.
the health leads and said, okay, fine, you want to run away? I'm cool with that too.
Yeah, the way that Chanel has been fighting, it's been very reactive. He's been getting the whiff punishes. He has not given him an opportunity. He hasn't been using big enough moves to really put himself at risk. Oh, but a great one, man. What a way to get in.
All right, Sajawal with a chance here at the wall. Counter hit lows, but finds a low parry. Sajawal trying to cut this robot up in the wall.
Yep. Big damage here, gonna get some life back as well.
Big cleansing blade, and that's another key attack there. You see him fishing with a Kazuryu, that big 4-1+2 that Yoshi has. Get floor break here. In the subconscious.
Downstairs here. This floor, of course, just one hit to go downstairs to the final area of the map. Here comes Chanel with the heat engager. I like that, just to get him out of the chainsaw stance.
Yeah, Chanel really likes to go to, especially like that 3-2, these mid heat engagers. And that fast startup and go straight in the chainsaw.
Another low parry here. You have to imagine that Sajawal wants to be able to utilize the state transition here.
Spike and float. Gonna break the floor once again.
Decides to keep him there with the mix-up. Here comes Chanel. Decides to use all of it, yeah. And again, with the sidestep, look at that. The sidestep rights that we've been seeing from Chanel has really opened up Sajawal during the entire set so far. Tied up on rounds. Oh, that's a great stop to it.
Dragonfly. And there you see it, that Kazuryu, that big 4-1+2 heat dash mix. Down 4-1-4.
Trying to catch him there. Oh, but he caught him ducking. The follow-up, this is going to be a huge combo as well. Look at all the damage. And he's going to extend it further here.
Chanel sees the win con here. My turn. Heat dash mix and then back off. He's trying to bait.
Oh, he's trying to go for the 4-1+2 throw. He gets it on the second chance. And look at that, just like that. It's going to be elimination point. Chanel looking to eliminate Sajawal. Can he do it, though?
Knee and Chanel. Again, these lows in mid-range. Especially when he has the threat of the high behind him, that skipping low.
And that was a big change from the way that Chanel's been playing, too. It was the first time he has used that down 3 so far to really try to open up his opponent. All right, he has it again. He's been very liberal with his use of the heat dash cancel to try to create opportunities, but then out of nowhere, he'll start backing up. All right, gets the grab.
Short stance from Sajawal too.
Yeah, it has to be very mindful there. Sajawal, if he gets a flash in this stance, it's going to lead to a juggle.
Kind of hit grab, broken. Power crush.
He has to be careful. He has a sliver left.
Those big stop sign chainsaws, and Chanel did exactly what he had to do here to put Sajawal out of this tournament. And we're going to be moving on. That's going to be Chanel versus Chikarin for that last ticket.
Yeah, got to give it up, though. Sajawal did a great job the entire week, but unfortunately fell short out of the qualification phase. And now it's going to be Chanel versus Chikarin. I would imagine it's going to be Elisa versus Lily.
Unless Chikarin has different plans.
He's known to, he is a lab monster.
He's a hard dude to read, especially in this kind of situation. Against opponents that he's very familiar with, as he's shown in the past. See that Saudi crowd out there?
Yeah, lots of love to the crowd here in Saudi Arabia. This is our second time in Riyadh. This has been great seeing all the fans out here, but of course just the community being out here as well.
Yeah, time and time, you saw some of the old heads out there too. I saw Luffy in the crowd, a few others. But yeah, this set, it was just really difficult for Sajewal overall to just get any kind of momentum started. It felt like sometimes, especially on the subconscious stage, he got like a dragonfly grab or something like that, maybe get a big combo started. But overall, Chanel just had a very static game plan and stuck to it, and it was just too hard for Sajewal to deal with.
Yeah, and he made it work. You know, he played Elisa to a T. She is so dangerous in terms of movement, and movement is really what got all the openings, whether it was a backdash, finding the right whip punish, or the side steps. Chanel was able to come out on top, and he made it look easy.
I love that ending sequence too. That's a power that this character has, and it also showed kind of like Tekken 8 mentality too. When you have life lead like that, and you know your opponent has to make a play, I will put my power crush, put my HP on the table, and use that against you. But also, Elisa's ability to force Tekken 8 gameplay. I'm going to force you to guess. You better be eyes wide open with trying to interrupt my chainsaw stance. You maybe using a heat burst to get through it. Maybe using power crush, crouch jab on some of the slower options. You better be ready to sidestep left on the options that where you can do that. Because if not, you're going to eat a lot of chip damage in the process. We're going to be guessing, and then when I'm tired of that, I'll back off.
Yeah,
We can play Tekken 7.
And on top of that, her character, you know, a lot of players have been talking about throughout the entire week, and you know, even up to now, there are certain characters that are the upper echelon, and Elisa's name is often in that discussion. But you know, there's not that many Elisas playing at the highest level throughout, like things that we see from TWT, those bigger events. But Chanel representing today, making sure that his robot lady is doing well. But right now has to go up against the Evo Japan champion in Chikrin, former TWT champion as well. So this guy, one of the most dangerous Tekken players, especially when it comes to prep time.
Yeah, both of these guys were in the stretch at Evo Japan, actually. And then they're no stranger to each other over multiple iterations of the game. My question is, Chikrin. It's so hard to tell what's going on in that dude's head sometimes. And at character select screen, he's hovering over Lily, and that's what I think most people would expect, but expect the unexpected with this guy.
Yeah, I think him and the way he started off with Tekken 8, it surprised the most people. You know, a lot of people would probably think he would go in with Jin or maybe even a Dragunov, the strong characters. He's usually one of those guys that picks the strong character meta, but he created that for Lily. He is the guy that really put her on the map there. Not only that, he switched to pad. This is crazy. He's been doing a lot of things differently, exploring not only his playstyle, but the options that the game has and outside of the game as well.
I mean, he went full heel turn.
Full heel turn is the nice way of saying it, but man, all right, let's go. This is going to be a race to 2 to qualify out of Group D into phase number 3.
And for Chikrin, you got to remember, Chanel on Elisa. Elisa's a character with good backwards mobility, awesome sidestep as well. But for Chikrin, he really likes to throw out that black swan, the big ballerina spin in neutral, right? But can Chanel kind of put it in his head, I'm scouting that, I'm looking for that. If he creates enough space and is able to punish Chikrin for it really, really hard one time, I wonder how the neutral and how the pressure on both sides kind of changes as a result.
You remember, you're not only fighting Chanel, you are fighting the entire DRX squad. He has such a great group where it's Low High and Nee and of course himself, and they challenge the world and they learn off of each other. And of course, there's going to be an expertise. I saw Nee was playing a lot of Lily, so there's definitely some prep here in terms of Chanel. And look at that, taking that first round.
And that's a win con that Chanel will go to often. When heat is expiring on his side, he'll go with that heat string just to build up the chip damage, heat dash mix up, guess for game.
Oh yeah, and he's not shy about going low either. That's the thing, he's not afraid of opening up his opponent, even if it's just a small poke. He wants to be able to instill that fear into their mentality. Here we go, Chanel with a big combo at the wall. He's gonna go for a mix-up with the low chainsaws. Not giving him a chance to play. Chanel looking really strong here. He's gonna have 2 rounds on his side.
The spin kick, and I bet that was a read too. He knows that Chanel back to the wall, will go to wall jump attack, will go to up 3+4 as well, with that big spinning op kick.
I don't blame him, he was trying to get out. He was trying to find a way out, but unfortunately Chanel was ready for it. Here comes Chikrin, finally getting a big launch, being able to push towards the wall here. He should be able to push pretty far, and he's gonna go to a Feisty Rabbit mix-up right after this hit. No, he opts not to do it.
Then low with a homing attack from Chanel. Grab broken, but parallel to the wall here.
There's the heat dash cancel, but a great step. Chanel knowing the options here, creating opportunities for himself, and just like that, he is back into control here. He does have range, and he does have heat.
Ducks on point two, and right now, both these players just poking each other mid-range, fishing for mids. Activate on Chanel's side.
That was great use there, but the root of evil, the follow-up, a great block, but not a big enough punish.
Gosh, Jab just gave him the offensive opportunity there. Another big, oh my, that jab.
There's no time left here. Got to do something. He gets the grab. I can't believe he got the rocket punch grab. Chikarin not breaking the throw, and he's usually one of those guys that's able to break them and find his way. But man, Chanel took that first game. Other than that last round that was very close, it was very convincing.
Yeah, this is about what I expected when these two sit down against one another. It's going to be that kind of fight. But Chanel so far able to impose his will on his opponents today. Ultimately, the one who's been able to, again, he just found some really good opportunity. And again, that read too. That's not the first time that someone has called out Chikarin for that habit in this tournament. It has cost. CBM had a clutch play yesterday as well. They scouted that.
If you guys haven't seen how these players got here, there's a lot of Tekken to watch from this entire week. Chikarin, will he have what it takes to make some adjustments here? You know, he hasn't been using the ballerina spin. He hasn't been using any of that. He has been playing a lot smaller Tekken than usual because he knows Chanel's ability to move.
That's the first time
that Chanel knows when to duck.
Yeah, that's a sign of respect to Chanel, I think.
Yeah. Maybe he's respecting him too much. I feel like he needs to go in.
You don't even really see him there. You saw it for the first time. Back one, he's trying to go into with a little bit of do-glide, but Chanel ready in the worst way possible. Heat engager and then chainsaw time, heat dash pickup. Chanel looking very good right now.
And again, Chikarin trying to create an opportunity at the start, going for the heat engager. Not able to do it, but there's a power crush from the back turn stance. And here comes Chanel with the huge life lead. Just like that, his life bar has evaporated and now puts Chikarin into a very bad sequence here. Yo, your do-glides are not gliding today, my friend.
And it's the way Chanel's been using heat, too.
Good duck, but didn't get the launch there. That's unfortunate.
Jab strings with the sidestep there. Looking for a whip punish. Low parry from Chikarin. Where are we going with it?
Wherever we go, Chikarin needs to take control of the set and not give Chanel opportunities to get away from his attacks anymore. What a block.
Great block, not the best punish, but the big thing is the chip damage after. And still, Chanel, he knows to keep pressing when Chikarin's back is to the wall like that.
Great option here. He's gonna keep him there once again. That gray life, oh my God. He got out, but he's dead.
The back turn hit.
He got into aerial state. That was smart. He's still alive. But look at the life deficit. Oh, the low jab.
The challenge and trade in favor of Chanel, and he punches his ticket for the top 8 here at the Esports World Cup Tekken 8 competition.
Chanel, of course, now out of the tournament. I mean, Chikarin out of the tournament, but Chanel moving on. Really happy for this guy. This guy, of course, getting married later this year. He's going to make his wife be happy for sure. $45,000 guaranteed now for Chanel as he makes it into phase number 3.
And that's going to bring up Chanel versus Yagami. In a 1st-to-5 set.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just really difficult for Chikarin to get any kind of offensive momentum started. Usually we're so used to seeing him very active at step, very active with using mid strikes, back ones in the do-glide and applying pressure that way. But Chanel just kind of shut him down entirely. He got one Black Swan ballerina spin engager off, but overall, Chanel just had control.
Yeah, I love seeing it. The way that he was approaching all of the matchup, he was able to evade all of Lily's key tools. He shut him down. Chikarin looked really desperate at the end. It was a scramble, and it wasn't a scramble in his favor.
And I got to go back to what we were saying earlier, too. You called it. You said these players have been watching Chikarin's footage. They know to scout when he likes to go to that wall jump attack or that that hopping kick like that. And man, we're going to check in and see how Chanel feels about it on the stage.
Breathtaking scenes here as Chanel qualifies for the top 8, eliminating Chikarin here on day 3. I'm going to switch to Korean briefly. 안녕하세요, 라이언입니다. 샤넬 이쪽은입니다. 큐 이쪽은입니다. 요즘 어때? 너네 경기가 어땠어?
Good. Oh, nice. That's good. Nice shoes. Very gorgeous. Yeah.
그래서 너네 경기가 어땠어?
Very so beautiful. Nice. Yeah. Good.
How does he feel qualifying for top 8?
이제 그 8관 이제 했으니까 이제 기분 어떠세요?
이제 시작이라고 봅니다. 제가 이제 두 번째 목표가 8강을 이제 진출하는 게 두 번째 목표였는데 저희 이제 무릎형 로아이 선수 목까지 열심히 하겠습니다.
So he said it was really difficult, but he was able to overcome it, and he's ready for the next one.
Speaking of the next one, of course, top 8 best of 9 affair to go down. It's going to be against Australia's Yagami. How does he feel about that one?
야가민하고 이제 다음 시합할 건데 기분 어떠세요?
I love you 야가미. Come on.
I don't think I need to translate that.
You don't need to translate that once more. 감사합니다. And I'm throwing it back to studio. Take it away, boys.
All right, congratulations to Farzeen and Chanel making it into our top 8. That means our top 8 is now complete here and set for the Esports World Cup. Chanel once again showing really good form, and Farzeen, man, that kid is dangerous.
I mean, Farzeen, one of the things that I was actually